Hello, everybody. And today we're doing What If Deku Was a Cat? Well, he had a cat, Quirk. And yeah, Deku, this picture is holy, guys. You need to frame this on your wall right now. You see this? This is who you need to look up to. No, it's not your father. It's not the person who's greatest in your life. It's Deku as a bloody cat. Yeah. Okay, on to the video. Okay, guys, so we start this what if off when Deku was a little kid. And he did not grow up with Inko because no. He grew up with some different parents who weren't the nicest. He grew up with Endeavor as his father. And just imagine his hair was red. Izuku wasn't picked to be trained, and Endeavor hated him because of his quirk. It was a cat quirk, which he thought was absolutely useless. I mean, like, Mirako has a rabbit quirk, and she's number 3 hero, so I'm just saying. Anyway, Izuku was thought to be completely useless, and one day, when Izuku was around 5 years old, he would walk in with his little cat ears and walk in on his father beating up his mother, saying, "You need to stop protecting him. This is what's going to happen. This is Shoto's fate, his destiny." As Izuku's like, "What are you doing to Mom, Dad?" As Endeavor would look towards him and stare like, You failure. How dare you bear my name?" As he gets out big ball of fire in his hand, like, "Now perish!" As he's quickly grabbed by Dabi into the other room. And Endeavor's like, "Where'd you go, brat?" As Dabi's like, "Follow me, Izuku. We can go." As both of them run off. And Endeavor, who was just completely ignoring everyone, including Dabi, even though he still had a pretty strong quirk. And Izuku was like, "Where are we going, big brother?" As Dabi's like, "Okay, Izuku, I'll pick you up. And, well, when I can support you, okay?" As Izuku's like, "What do you mean by that?" As Izuku would then be knocked out, and he'd wake up in an orphanage. And he'd obviously be quite sad. So, around 5 years later, Izuku is now 10 years old. A girl with green hair would walk into the adoption center. Yeah. And Izuku was like, "Oh, I wonder if she'll be the one to finally pick me." As she would look at Izuku eventually, as he was the last pick, and he was like, "What's your quirk, boy?" As Izuku's like, "My quirk is a cat. I have the abilities of a cat, and I can transform into one." As she's like, "That's useless." And she moves on. As Izuku would turn into a cat and be like, "Aw." And when he'd try to transform back, he couldn't. So now he was stuck as a cat, an adorable cat. And he'd obviously get away from the orphanage because they don't want a cat in the children, adoption center. So they let him out. Izuku, though, wandering the streets for a couple days, would encounter a pro hero, Aizawa. And Aizawa's like, "Oh, poor little kitten." As Izuku would be picked up by Aizawa. And he would look at the tag on Izuku's neck, like, press this button, please. As he's like, okay. As he presses it. And Izuku turns back to human, like, finally. It's been a couple days. And as I was like, oh, I thought you were a cat. As Izuku's like, no, wait, please. I don't have anybody. As I was like, not my problem. As Izuku would follow him, like, please, I'll do good. As I was like, I'm not in the mood to do this right now. I don't have the time to do this. I am a teacher and a pro hero. I have no time for a child. As Izuku would then become a cat and just be like, why? As he says that in his cat voice. And Aizawa just being kind of annoyed, but, it was adorable. So, obviously, he concedes because it was too adorable for him. Because just look at this thing. It's so adorable. Just want to hug it. Anyway, Izuku would be adopted by Aizawa. They'd get all the papers. Endeavor wouldn't care because, he never showed up. Anyway, so Izuku was with Aizawa for a couple of years, and at the time, he got an education, and he was getting smarter, being a bigger and better person, and he was actually gaining smarts, unlike before he was before he was ages 1 through 10. He never got taught anything because orphanages probably don't teach you anything. I wouldn't know. If we have any people who do know, good for you. Post that in the comment sections. And so Izuku, now being a little smarter, would go up to Aizawa like, hey, Dad, do you think I could go and meet a friend? As Aizawa was like, oh, sure. As Izuku would be sent off, but Izuku was secretly met up with his old brother Dabi, aka Toya. And Izuku is like, oh, hey, Toya, how you doing? Can you support me yet? Like you promised her? As Toya's like, I don't think that'll happen, Izuku. If you want to know why, you should check the news in a couple days. Because we'll be doing something fun. Yeah, that's the right word to describe it. As Izuku's like, wait, why do you have so many? What happened? How do you have so many stitches? After I left, what happened? Did you become the new punching bag? As Izuku would unveil a little part of his shirt showing massive things of stitching, and it was like dark purple. And Dabi's like, yours are definitely worse than mine. As Izuku's like, that's why my legs are always damaged. As they quickly walk off from each other. And, where was I going with this? Okay, so Izuku would be enrolled in a special class in UA when he would turn 15. It was meant to simply make him smarter, but, Nezu taught it. So, after that entire year, and Izuku was very smart now, probably smarter than like a third year in UA. And Ezekiel made a new friend. Her name was Ari, and they were around the same age too. They were both 16 years old, and Ari really liked Izuku's quirk. So, by the way, guys, Izuku was sometimes used in missions like as a spy because he was a little cat, and also bait. Okay. And that's what I'll be leaving off for part 1, guys. I'm going to be experimenting with what ifs, because I see normal people, like we the Celestials, with around 10 to 15 minute videos. They get like 20,000 views a video. Also, that they have editing. They do the special thing with what ifs where they show like pictures and not just one image that is just completely adorable. High quality. And me being one person who just uses a screen recorder app and records their voice on their phone with a picture in front of it, not exactly the best. Okay. And, somehow we still have 1,000 subscribers. Okay. Thank you guys also for 1,100 subscribers. And yeah. That's the end of part 1. Bye.
You've been on my mind, girl, since the flood.